Good morning, everyone. Today is the 2nd of August 2024. Yesterday was my first vlog. I'm calling it Blob. I think that's right. Anyway, last night I watched, before I went to bed, I watched Simon Park's interview with Ishmael Perez, and they were talking about our galactic history, how it goes back sort of millions or billions of years, and it encompasses many characters that have been spoken about in the Bible who have altered our DNA over time and have dumbed us down so that we think or thought that we have 2 strands of DNA and the rest of the DNA is junk, when really the original humans had 12 strands of DNA, and in that we had superpowers. But anyway, here we are at the start of the new age, and we're having to rediscover our lost abilities that had been taken away from us through the intervention of extraterrestrials like Enlil and Enki, is it? Anyway, it's a fascinating interview. You should have a look at it if you look up Simon Parks and Ishmael Perez interview. It's on YouTube. I'll get a link. I'll find a link for it and I'll put it below this video when I post it on YouTube. Solitude. I had some lovely comments in my Facebook post about the video that I posted yesterday, and one of them here is from Natasha Arthofer. She says, 100% agree with your thinking. COVID was a good way to weed out those that are just not capable of seeing what is behind the curtain. It is definitely difficult to be alone in these times, but better to be alone than being surrounded by people who make us feel crazy with their inability to decipher truth versus lies. When life gives us solitude, it is a good time to reflect and become stronger from within. Everything aligns perfectly, even our relationships. Thanks for being open with your thoughts. Well, thank you, Natasha. That was a beautiful comment, as were the other ones from friends of mine. Steve Matthews, he says, love your brother. That's really nice. And Paul Mason and Ricardo Perry said some lovely things to me here. So anyway, I'm gonna try. Don't try, do. I'm gonna continue doing these blobs, as I get back into discovering who I really am in my solitude. I've been feeling a bit sorry for myself because my relationship with a beautiful woman just came to an end, and so I'm on my own, and solitude in Mexico for an English person who doesn't speak Spanish fluently very well. Well, I sort of speak it, but the thought process, but everyone speaks so fast. By the time I've understood what they've said, I go into sort of panic mode. So anyway, it will get better. But this is just meaning that I'm on my own. I've got no one around apart from Checo, my dog, who's behind me scratching like Billy-O because he's been picking up ticks and stuff outside. So it's the rainy season here. Well, it seems to be coming to an end. I've given him a pill to try and kill these ticks. I think it's working, but he's still itching terribly. So I'm going to have to try and get myself one of those fine tooth combs that you use for finding fleas. I don't think it's got fleas, I'm glad to say, otherwise they'd be jumping all over me too. But I have found various dead ticks around the place, so it looks like the pill is working. Not that I particularly like pills, I really don't, but anyway, we do what we can. So anyway, I was lying in bed this morning and just trying to connect spiritually, and I had all my bits and pieces around me, my crystals, and I was just opening up. It's not, well, it is asking for help from our guides and my parents who passed away a few years ago, and beyond that, our guardian angels, and we have so many spiritual helpers out there that we are unaware of, because of the way we've been dumbed down. So anyway, I was just remembering what Dolores Cannon said, the late Dolores Cannon, is when you want to do things or have things, then you have to command it. You don't come from a place of lack. And we've been conditioned to come from a place of lack, saying, oh, poor me, and this, that, and the other. So anyway, I was commanding that I get my DNA back in order and feel empowered. I've done energy work. I do energy work. I'm aware of healing energy, which comes through my body. I read a book by Richard Gordon, well, two books, and he has this technique that he has developed that he calls quantum touch, and so I've been practicing that for quite a while, and it works. It's like through breath work. You take a deep breath and then you breathe out over a few seconds, and then in that time you imagine the power which is coming into your heart, and it's going down to your arms, and then you feel it in your hands, and you can project that energy to heal people. And I've been doing this, I've been aware of healing energy for many years. I used to take headaches away from my first wife, and then my nephew came round with some friends. We were living in the Isle of Skye in Scotland, and one of his friends had a broken rib, and every time he laughed it was really hurting. So my first wife said to him, well, you should get Norman to give you some healing. So this took me back a bit, because I just wasn't used to doing it for anyone else. So I took this guy into the other room, excuse me while I drink my tea, and I used my hands and projected energy, as I was aware of doing. At the time, I was sort of a practicing Sufi Muslim. One of the stages I went through in my life. But anyway, so I sort of invoked some of their sort of prayers while I was doing it. That's the way I did it then, which I no longer need to do. It's like the elephant, like Dumbo with a feather. He has to hold his feather to give him the faith to fly. And then he dropped the feather, of course, and then he started falling until he actually got the confidence back together to do it without the feather. So same sort of scenario. I digress. Anyway, what happened, I gave this guy some energy, and after some minutes, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe, we finished, and he came back in, and he said that I can't remember how many percent, something like 70 or 80% of the pain was gone. So that was really the start of realizing that I could do it for other people as well. So since then, I haven't done very much of it. I haven't really advertised it, but when I've been with different girlfriends over the time. Yeah, I've always worked on them and massage, and I've always managed to give them relief with energy. So anyway, that's my story. I'll continue with another blog tomorrow morning, see how things progress. I'm feeling more positive today. Oh, I made contact with a woman, well, several women on a dating site. I've been blasting the dating site trying to get some interest. And I had a positive response from one of them last night. So I guess that makes me feel a little bit better, makes me feel like all is not lost. So I probably won't be on my own for too much longer. I don't know. We'll see how things transpire. Okay, I love you guys, and I will talk to you again mañana. Okay, bye for now.